Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing our series of solving over the wire binary problem. We will be solving our level 11, level 12, level 13 and level 14 and 15. First, let's start with our level 11. So our level goal is the password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt where the lowercase a to z and uppercase a to z letter have been rotated by 13 position. So let's understand what is rotate by 13 or rot 13 means. So rotate by 13 or ROT 13 is a simple substitution cipher that replaces a letter with the 13th letter after it in the alphabet. So for understanding it, let's move to the figure. So as you can see, there are 13 letter from A to M. These are 13 letter, okay, and these are being substituted by the next 13 letter, next alphabet. So which is next 13 letter. So A is being rotated by N, B is being rotated by O, C is being rotated by P, and similarly M is being rotated by Z. This happens in both ways, okay. This happens in vice versa condition. So this is how rotate 13 basically happens. So let's quickly move to our terminal. So once you move to your terminal, SSH bandit, we have to connect to bandit 11 first, okay. bandit.labs.overthewire.org. so port is 2220. So this we have done multiple times in our previous videos as well. Connecting to a correct server. Once you do this, go to your text editor and the level 10 that we solved in our previous video and the password that we achieved. Copy the password and press that to our terminal. Once you do that, you can see my username has changed. It is now bandit11@bandit. So once you do that, that means you are in the correct server. If you do pwd, it will show you the current directory, which is home/bandit11, which is correct. So now for this, as we know, if we do ls, our password is in our data.txt, but it is encrypted by rotate 13. So we have to translate that. If we do data.txt, see, you will get a gibberish text or text that doesn't make any sense. We have to translate it to a correct order. So for this, what we'll do is we're gonna translate it. So for this, we're going to translate, we'll put our input string, which is our 26 alphabet, okay, which is from A to Z, uppercase and lowercase as well. So once you do this, now we'll give the condition which is being replaced or being rotated. So first is rotated from N to Z and A to M, and in the lowercase as well, N to Z and A to M. So if you do this, you'll get the password for your next level. Copy the password and paste in your text editor. Simply this. Now let's move to a level 12. Level 12 is really long. It's not hard, but it's really long, so you have to be a bit patient about it. So let's learn the level goal. So the level for the next level, the password for the next level is stored in data.txt, right, which is a hex dump of a file that has been repeatedly compressed. For this level, you have to make a temporary directory. So this is what it's basically saying. So first, let us understand what is hex dump. So hex dump is basically a standard command line utility used to display raw content of a file, especially binary ones, in a human readable format. So so these are basically used, so when you open a photo in a text editor, you will see a lot of gibberish text, right? So that is basically a hex dump. So it is widely used in debugging. Programmer use it to verify the data is being stored at a correct byte level or not. So it is basically used for that. It allows you to see the actual byte of a file that cannot be read in a normal text editor, such as an image, compiled program, or corporate file. So it is very much different from our hexadecimal. Okay, so don't get confused with that. So there are a lot of compressor, which is main compressor are zzip, which is known as gonzip, or bzip2, or tar. So these are compressed. I'll show you when we are solving this level. Quickly move right? First I'll exit and clear. So now press the arrow key, change the bandit 11 to bandit 12. It will ask you for the password. Go to your text editor, copy the password that we got at our bandit 11, press that, press enter. Once you do that, you will see bandit to other bandit, right? So for this, quickly check pwd, which is the current directory that you are on. So /home/bandit12. Now do ls, as you know, data.txt. We know this data.txt is in our hex dump. We don't want to, we don't want this to get any harm in case if anything goes wrong while decompressing it. So we'll make a temporary directory. For this, for making a temporary directory, we'll use command mktemp. Okay, so mktemp -d means directory. So this is a temporary directory. For so we have to go inside a temporary directory, quickly copy it. So once you do this, I'm inside my temporary directory. Now let's copy our data.txt from our home directory to our temporary directory. For this, simply do data.txt into our current directory. If you do this, now if you do ls, you will see data.txt in your temporary directory. Okay, now we know this our data.txt is a hex dump file. First we must convert this to our binary file, and after we get the converted binary file, we are gonna decompress it until we find ASCII text which we can understand. Okay, so simply what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert to convert to our binary file. We're gonna use xxd is basically a command line to create our dump exadump, but if we use -r, which is used to reverse our hex dump to our binary. So we are gonna reverse our binary.txt text, and we are gonna keep it to our new file, which is data. This is our new file, which is, so if you do ls, you will see two files, data and data.txt. This is a binary file of data.txt hex dump. So we converted this hex dump to our binary file data. So we are gonna check the file, which is so see, our data is compressed by zzip compressor. So in order to decompress it, first we have to move it to our correct extension. If we don't move to a correct extension of a particular compressor, it won't decompress it. So for this, we'll completely move data to our data.gz. This is the correct extension. Once you do this, zzip -d data. Once you do this, ls, you will see again data. Again check the file of data. You will see our data is being compressed by bzip2 compressor. Now again move this to our current bzip2 data dot correct extension, which is bzip2. Okay, this is the correct extension for that. Now bzip2 data data dot we have to decompress it. We are going to use -d command. So once you do this, now if you do ls, you will see again data. Again check the file of data, what it is, and again this is compressed by bzip compressor. Again move to data.gz, right, and bzip -d and data.gz. And now do ls. Again check the file of data. File of data. Now again our data file is being compressed by tar. So in order to decompress tar, use -xf. X means extract the file, f means use a specific file name, which is our data. Okay, if you do ls, you will see new file, which is data5.bin. So let's check what kind of file this is. Data5.bin, right? This is compressed by tar. So quickly do -xf data5.bin. oh, this one's so right. So if you do ls, you'll see new file which is data6.bin. This is a new file. I can check the condition, I mean what kind of file this is. data6.bin. Check what kind of file this is. Check what kind of file this is. This is compressed by bzip2. Move to a correct extension, which is data6 data6.bin to a correct extension, which is data6.bz2. Once you do this, now use bzip2 -d. If you do this, do ls, you'll see a new file which is data6. If you see the what kind of file data6 is, it is compressed by tar. So in order to decompress it, use data6. Now do ls, you'll see a new file which is data8.bin. Now if you check the what kind of file data8.bin is, you will see it is being compressed by zip. Okay, so first move this to a correct extension, which is data8.bin to a data8.zz. Now decompress it by using this command data8. Now do ls to see. Now you will see a new file data8. Now check the file of data8, which is ASCII text. Now this is the text that we human can understand it. If you simply do data8, right, if you simply do this, you will get the password for the next level. So this level is quite lengthy, quite iterative. Okay, there are multiple files which is being compressed, and we have to decompress it multiple times. So this is how you do this level. Copy this password to a text editor, and we'll move to our next level. Which is level 13. So level 13, the password for the next level is, so quickly learn what is the goal of this level. The password for the next level is stored in etc/bandits pass bandit14 and only be read by user bandit14. For this level, you don't need the next password. You don't get the next password, but you will get the private SSH key. So basically, what this means is, we won't have any we don't have password in any file, but we are given a private SSH key, and with that help of private SSH key, we are gonna find the next password. So quickly go to a terminal. Let's connect to our bandit13 first, and I'll explain you each and every process. Go to your text editor, copy the password that we just got, right? So see, see that you are in a correct server, and do ls, you'll see sshkey.private. So basically what we are given is, we don't have any file that has a password in it, so we are simply given sshkey.private. So what we are going to do is open a second terminal. Okay, so open a second terminal in your localhost machine, and I'll suggest you to make a separate folder for this. I made a folder oblab13, which is empty. What we're going to do is, we are going to copy this as sshkey.private to our local machine first, because only bandit14 can read it. So in order to read the password for this level, you have to log in as a bandit14, then only you can read the password. So what we're going to do is use this command, which is SCP is. So basically it is used to copy the file or a folder from a remote server. So what I'm doing is, I'm going to copy this SSH key private from bandit13 @bandit to my local machine first. So bandit13 @bandit.labs .overthewire bandit bandit labs overthewire org. this is the path, and what we're going to copy the file that we are going to copy from our remote server, which is ssh key dot private key org, and we are not taking any chances because slightly any case sensitive will want copy the copy the bandit.labs over the wire dot my bad or ss key. Make sure that you typed everything correctly, because slightly any error will trigger the this command won't work otherwise. So over the wire, it is not being copied. Okay, I forgot a measure, which is you are gonna copy the sss key dot private to your to a current folder, which is OverTheWire 13. Simply go to your text editor, right? Simply go to your text editor and copy the password that you just logged in, which is the password that we found in our level 12. So press that. Once you see, now if you do ls, here sss key dot private, which was in bandit 13 at the red bandit, now it is copied to your local machine sss key dot private. So now what we're gonna do is we only want the sss key dot private, we only want this file to be read by only us. We don't want others to read it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the permission. We're gonna fix the permission. For this, type chmod 600 ssh key dot private. If you do this, the permission will be changed and only you can read this ssh key dot private. This makes it more secure. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is type ssh -i. So -i flag, what it does is it only it tells the ssh to use a particular path or a particular sss key. So I'm going to use this sss -key at the this, and we're gonna do bandit 14 at the rate bandit bandit.labs over the wire .org port 2220. See, now you are logged in as a bandit 14 at the bandit with the help of our sss key. So this is how you log into a bandit 14 at the bandit. Now as we know, our password like it is said over here, the password for the next level is stored in our etc/bandit pass bandit 14. So what we're gonna do is go to our terminal, right? So go to our terminal where our bandit 14 we are logged in as a bandit 14. We are gonna do etc bandit okay, bandit pass, okay, bandit pass bandit 14. So if we do this, see, this is your password for your next level 14. So quickly copy the password to your text editor, and now we will move to our next level, which is sorry, let me quickly exit first. Okay, now we'll move to our next level, which is bandit 14. Now let's move to our level bandit 14. okay, the password. Okay, let's quickly learn what is the goal of this level. The password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to a port 300 on a local host. So how we are going to do is we are gonna do this by using a command known as a network command known as a netcat. So netcat is a command. It is known as a TCP/IP Swiss Army. It is also known as that. Basically, what netcat does is netcat is used to send data directly to any port with the help of TCP/IP protocol. Okay, it uses TCP/IP protocol. By using a TCP/IP protocol, it is used to send text directly to a particular server. So first I forgot that you have to be logged in as a bandit 14 to solve the problem. So there isn't any particular. Okay, I think you can. Let's quickly check. This is gonna be fun though. Okay, let's SSH bandit 14 @bandit dot labs dot over the wire. Let's see if over the wire will let us in by using SSH bandit 14. Let's quickly see that. Okay, so let's do this dot labs ORZ -p 2220. We must oh yeah, see we are okay, I think we must be asked password. Okay, we are, so they will allow us direct to let in. So I exited previously when we were in bandit 14 already. I exited from there. Please don't exit. Please don't exit. Be in that particular server, and we'll solve this level as well. Now I'll copy and I'll paste quickly. I'm okay. I'm not. Wow, permission denied. So you can't log in bandit 14, particularly by using SSH directly. You must log in from our bandit 13 bandit 13 level. Okay, let's try one more time. If not, then yep. Okay, that was an interesting part we just did. There was an extra. So okay, we know for this level we have to send our current password to our port 3000 on our local 3000 on a local host. Okay, for this we are going to use NC, which is our netcat we just discussed earlier, which is used to send data directly to any port through our TCP/IP. So we're going to use localhost 3000. So see, if you copy, now you will get a correct password, which is this. Please be careful regarding the spelling. You will get stuck, otherwise you'll get stuck like me. So once you do this, copy the password and paste it in your text editor. Now what I'll do is I'll exit and move to our next level, which is bandit level 15. So the password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to the port 30001 on a local host using SSL/TLS encryption. So SSL/TLS encryption, it is an encryption method. Okay, so what happens is a netcat sends the data directly to the port, but what we are going to do is, with the help of SSL/TLS port, right, with the help of that, we are going to send the text encrypted in an encrypted form, not a direct text. So what we are going to do is we are gonna move to a correct server first. Copy that password that we just received, a correct password, and press enter. Once you do that, you are logged in as a bandit 15 as a bandit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use OpenSSL. So what OpenSSL does, it means OpenSSL, it is a tool to identify the port SSL and TLS, and we're gonna use a AST client. So what AST client does is it tells the port that we are seeking a request. We want a request. We are acting as a client. So basically it is saying that we are a client and we want some service, and we are going to use connect localhost 3001. I think there's one more 0. Yep, 3001. So once you do this, key as client, target parameter 3. Okay, the correct syntax of this is OpenSSL. Okay, if we do enter, now you now you have to type the password that we received earlier, which is this. Go to a terminal and paste this, and you'll get the correct password for this label. So what basically happened is, what we did is OpenSSL is a tool to communicate with SSL, to identify SSL or TLS, right? So as client, basically what it does is saying that we as a client, we are seeking any request. It tells a port that we are a client and we are seeking a request. So dash connect localhost, here it is a path that we want it to connect. So basically what we are doing is we are connecting to the server in the SSL TLS port, and we are pasting the previous password that we received, and once we press enter, we will get the correct password. So this is basically how you solve our level 15. So if you want this in a PDF version, if you want a walkthrough in a written version, then it is in my GitHub. I'll paste the link of my GitHub in the description. If you have any question, please feel free to ask in the comment section, or you can email me as well, which is in the description. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.